Let's talk about modal cadences. Ending a chord progression is a bit different when writing modal music than it is when you're writing in a typical major or minor key. Typically, you would just use a 5 dominant 7 chord to lead into either an authentic, deceptive, or half cadence. However, this isn't the case in modal music. You see, there are 7 Greek modes. Of these 7, 6 of them can be sorted as being either major or minor in quality. The 7th one is the Locrian mode, and it is its own special type of animal, so we won't be addressing that in this particular video. The major modes all get their name because their tonic chord is a major triad. The minor modes all get their names because, well, their first chord is a minor triad. Now, within these 6 major or minor modes, we find 2 familiar scales. The Ionian mode, which we know as the major scale, and the Aeolian mode, which we know as the natural minor scale, which is the scale most of the minor key is based on. This leaves us with 4 remaining modes, 2 major and 2 minor. Each of the remaining major modes, Lydian and Mixolydian, has only one note that makes them different from the parallel major scale. As a reminder, a parallel scale is just any group of scales that all start on the same note. Each of the remaining minor modes also only have one note that makes them different from the parallel natural minor scale. These unique notes are called characteristic notes, and they're the reason why the different modes have their own unique personality and color. Every chord that uses one of these characteristic notes is called a characteristic chord, and can be used as a replacement for the 5 dominant 7 in any of your cadences when writing modal music. Just like a typical cadence, you can end your chord progressions by just selecting a characteristic chord. For example, if we're working in A Dorian, or even just A minor, but you want to use a modal cadence, we can use the major 4 chord, since it's a characteristic chord from A Dorian. We can have it resolve to the 1 chord from that same mode, which in this case is A minor. In general, the most useful cadence types you'll want to stick to are authentic modal cadences and half cadences. Deceptive cadences tend to be a bit trickier to work with, just because most audiences aren't as familiar with modal music as they are with major and minor keys. I hope you found this helpful. Until next time, keep studying, keep working hard, and keep writing new music.